Good afternoon. It's Sunday. I'm bored. So it's time to tell stories of oldie times while you do other things off camera that people can't see. So, story number one. And I asked Brad Zitlow if he was involved in this because it was me and his brother, and he wasn't. And since Brian is pretty much a non sequitur on Facebook due to, I guess, girlfriend obligations, which I don't fucking understand, but whatever. That's his problem. Back in the day, there used to be a kid that lived across the street from the Zitlows named Mike Wilson. And the yard in front of his house was on a corner, and it was a huge strip of grass that went around the corner. And me and Brian and I know there was other people involved, I just don't remember who they were. We used to ride our bikes around this corner and jump off and let the bikes go, and for some reason we would yell the names of the members of the Mickey Mouse Club. And that's back in the day when they were showing reruns of like the black and white Mickey Mouse Club, like the Annette Funicello Mickey Mouse Club. So you see like 3 kids pedaling their ass off, going around this corner and letting their bikes go and yelling, "Cubby! Annette!" And then just like rolling on the grass and laughing our ass off. And I don't know why we did that. I guess we were just stupid shits. But, you know, whatever. Something to tell. Story number 2. You walk into Kammann School from the main entrance. You make a right. There's a classroom and then a set of bathrooms. In the bathrooms at the time, when they had metal doors, they had strips of metal going across the top of the doors, enough to where it was like a pull-up bar. All right. There was this kid who, pretty much after this event, disappeared from school. His name was Brad Dunkel. I don't know if anybody remembers who he was. He was, you know, random kook guy, but his name was Brad Dunkel. And one afternoon, I was walking through that hallway, and I heard a thud in the bathroom. He was playing, and he said this. He said this. He was playing Spider-Man in the bathroom, and was swinging from that crossbar, and let go. And when his feet hit the floor, he slipped in a puddle of piss and cracked his head open, and just covered the bathroom in blood. It was the craziest thing you'd ever see for like a fucking, 10-year-old kid. But he was playing Spider-Man in the bathroom, which was kind of classic. And after that, though, he just kind of disappeared. He never, he didn't go to junior high. I don't remember him in high school. He must have moved or something, but whatever. Random days throughout the year, and they did it in high school too, but they would have theme days. And at the time, us being all in grade school, the popular theme was 50s Day. And of course, when you're a little kid in school and it's 50s Day, who do you want to be? You want to be Fonzie, don't you? Because he was cool. Well, Fonzie also had an attribute of putting that shit in his hair and slicking it back. Who was the kid with the Brill cream in the grade school? That would be me. Parents whose sons came home full of greasy shit in your hair and tried to wash it out for a week. That was my fault. Thank you very much. 50s Day. 4th grade teacher was Mrs. Beckett. Straight off the boat from fucking Ireland. with a brogue so thick it wasn't even funny. She would come up to you and she'd go, "The cheek of you, little man! The cheek of you!" And Tony Holt, who was mentioned in the first video, was the receiver of most of the brunt of the cheek of you shit. But she was just not acclimated to this country kind of yet. 4th grade teacher, loudmouth little kids. Very funny, you know. And then you take your trip at the end of the year to Dennis the Menace Park, where all the classes go. The teacher who got shit on by the seagull, Mrs. Beckett, all over the fucking side of her head. It was pretty classic. It was kind of funny. Mr. Walton and "I'm gonna send you home. I don't care. I'm gonna send you home." And there was a part in the movie Bad Santa where Billy Bob is discussing his cut of the robbery thing with Bernie Mac, and they're sitting across from each other, and one guy will say, will spit it out in a mouth, the other guy will say, and Bernie Mac will say, "Huh." And the other guy will say 45%, and Bernie Mac will say, "Huh." Enter Mr. Walton the same way. He would say, "I'm going to send you home." And you'd say something, and he'd go, "Home?" Something. "Home?" "I'm going to do something." "Home." And that dude was fucking funny. I mean, he was an old Okie, and he was giving you his life expressions or whatever, and that was great. That was hella funny. Let's see the list. Probably. Oh, one other thing. Does anybody remember Brian Montez, or where the fuck he disappeared to? One day he was here, the next day he was not here. It's like one of the Salinas mysteries, the disappearance of Brian Montez. Heard nasty stories about what could have happened, but nobody really knows. But just throwing that out there. Probably one of the only fights I ever got to, and I wasn't even a fight. I got chased home one time, and it was Christmas, because I remember it was raining, and I had a handful of onion dip in my hand. And this 6th grade kid, I was in the 4th grade, and this 6th grade kid chased me home. I got to one of the neighbors' yards, and he came at me, and sour cream. He got sour cream all over his melon. He didn't know what to do. He just kind of stood there, and I walked home. Good times from, 4th grade kid that, fuck, dude, it was a 6th grader. He was going to kick my ass. What do you want me to do? That's about it for now. That's a good couple of things to, dwell on. Whatever. Have a nice day. More shit coming. You know me. I do nothing here at home. So, anyway, good afternoon, peeps.